This is an epic car.
Epic? What? Did I hear you say storm chasing?
Yes, I love storm chasing.
What is your name?
I'm Aubrie.
Aubrie, I'm Hutch. Would you like to help me do the weather right here?
I would love to.
Oh,
That's
let's go.
Let's go.
Now, Hutch's Weather Kit, proudly presented by Luther Family Ford in Fargo, North Dakota. Here's Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson.
Hello, everybody. It's an awesome day to be a Hutch's Weather Kit, and joining me to help us figure out all this weather is Aubrie Myrmoe. Aubrie, step out here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Aubrie Myrmoe, and I'm in 6th grade, and I go to the school Self-Directed Academy. I don't really have a favorite subject, but if I had to pick one, it would probably be math. I like that one.
I like math, too. Math is really fun. Now, why does it say Rainbow Queen down there?
Okay, because I really love rainbow, and I love the pretty spectacle of colors, and as you can see, I got my hair rainbow.
That is very rainbowy hair. Hey, speaking of rainbows, sometimes under thunderstorms we see rainbows, but sometimes under thunderstorms we see hail. Would you like to help me talk about hail and how it's made?
Of course, I would love to.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about that. Step right over here, Aubrie, and we're going to talk about thunderstorms. That's what makes the hail and what we need to make hail this big. How do meteorologists know when to forecast hail that's really huge? Go ahead and tell everybody.
Forming thunderstorms, heated air begins to rise, and then once it gets to the clouds, it has to be humid to make a cloud because it deals with air pressure and all that stuff.
All that stuff.
The speed of the rising air is important.
That's right.
When water freezes in the high up clouds, it creates hail.
That's right. So we need a thunderstorm that has fast rising air, and the faster it does, the faster it rises, that's really important to the size of the hail it can make. Good work. All right, young lady, tell us a little bit about what you see here. What does it say?
Okay, so warm air rises creates really tall storm clouds. So I think the faster the air rises, the bigger the cloud can get and the bigger the hail can get. So you see right there.
Let's point over here. There you go. Look at this monitor right over here, Aubrie.
And so you see that air is rising a little slower compared to this air over there.
Right. Well, let's do the weather two-step over here, and you can actually see where this tower is just billowing.
Like going up, and it won't stop.
Right. So we got rising air that's reaching way up high in the atmosphere. So shallow or weak rising air makes a little cloud. That's a big one there, right?
Like a big cloud for faster rising air, but then slower rising air creates a smaller cloud.
Very good. Now we're going to look at the same thing, but let's move over here so the words ain't over Hutch's face, and tell them what you notice about this graphic then.
Warm air rises, and slow rise creates small hail, like not that big, but then faster rising air creates huge hail.
That's right. And you want to watch out for that. And how do meteorologists forecast that? Well, take a look at this time lapse here. These are some super high clouds. And what do you know about those?
Okay, so super high clouds can make bigger hail. So because they're more formed up and it keeps getting colder and colder in the cloud, since it is higher up, it's colder up there. Then it freezes to make it bigger, so then it falls as a bigger thing.
That's right. And this is a secret now. If you're out driving around and you see a storm, what's something you might look for to tell when a storm is making huge hail?
So you might look for like where the other clouds stop, but then look for something going higher than that.
Right, and that's called what? What's it called?
It's called overshooting tops.
So here's where the thunderstorm cloud is stopping, but this part over here, it's continuing to rise way up high. If you see that from a distance, it's called an overshooting top, and that storm is likely producing what?
Hail!
Big hail! Yes, absolutely.
You should probably run.
Aubrie, you did great. Why don't you summarize what we learned today?
Okay, so what we've learned is how fast will air rise. Fast rising air equals big, huge hail.
Good.
Hot air rising equals cold air sink. So it's like balancing off.
Right. Yeah, and if we have hot air rising and it's reaching up in the colder elevations where the air is even colder, it'll keep rising even faster.
Yes. And look for a big temperature difference.
Right. So if you have a hot air balloon and you have just a little bit warm air, it's only going to rise slow.
Yeah.
But if you really make that air hot, then what happens?
Then it goes up faster.
Good.
So a big difference equals faster rising air instead of just like really slow.
So meteorologists can look for areas where we can get the fast rising air. And what are we looking for? What do we call this?
Instability.
Instability in the atmosphere. So now let's test what we learned. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, look at this. This is a radar. What do you see out there?
I see some thunderstorms, a big thunderstorm. I think that yellow square means a thunderstorm. And
Yes.
then the little purple spot, I think that is a warning to not go outside because it's going to be really stormy.
Right, and where's the best chance for some hail in that there thunderstorm?
It's the little purple part or
Yep.
the blacker parts.
Okay, let's do the weather two-step. Let's walk this way. Let's turn. Oh, what else do you see over here?
My goodness, I didn't even notice Brownfield has a huge storm coming for it.
Why don't you look at this monitor and point to where you think the biggest
Well,
hail is on that one?
Biggest hail is right there where you see that little black spot.
Yes, that's it. And that's a storm too with a warning as well. Aubrey, you did awesome. Congratulations. Thanks for helping me with the weather.
You're
And I'm really impressed with how much you learned and know
Thank you.
about thunderstorms.
Thank you.
Would you like to help Hutch be a weather kid? Aubrey, tell them how to sign up.
So you can sign up at Luther Family Ford, or another option is go to hutchesweather.com/weatherkid. It's easy.
That's right. It's real easy. And sign up today because I'd love to have you here at the showroom floor at Luther Family Ford helping me do the weather. Great job. Woo!